kind of a wake-up call that, it's so easy for us just to go in and slide something and not have any repercussions. And now it's like, okay, we really do. If it can happen at Target, it can genuinely happen anywhere.
Our other top story, Target's data breach is continuing to impact our shopping. But why do major breaches like this only happen in the U.S.? The breach included potentially 40 million credit and debit card accounts, and we're already seeing some of those account numbers being used overseas. Chase Bank is taking extreme measures. It's putting spending limits on millions of its customers. The bank knows that this couldn't really come at a worse time of the year, but to stop potential losses, the bank is limiting ATM withdrawals to $100 a day and purchases to $300. Chase opened some branches today nationwide, so customers who need more cash than that could get it from tellers. But in light of this breach, some people are calling on the U.S. to step into the 21st century when it comes to credit card technology. KATU's Dan Cassito talked to an expert today, and he says that criminals really wouldn't have been able to pull this off if the U.S. simply had more modern and current technology.
So, and it took some digging to track one of these down. You recognize it, I know, cassette tape. Remember these? The music is stored on a magnetic strip inside, and credit cards work the same way. Instead of songs, of course, it's your name and account number. Other countries replaced this technology in credit cards long ago, just like these are long obsolete as well. So why is it still thriving on credit cards here in the U.S.?
We're sitting in a quiet cul-de-sac in Durham, except Ken Westin doctored his computer to pretend we're in Germany. He's one of the good guys. Companies hire him to study and fix their computer networks. He knows what hackers know. After a few clicks, we're surfing the internet's underground criminal chamber, a place called the dark web.
372845, and then the rest is hidden from my view until I make the purchase.
These could be the victims of the Target hack. Real credit card numbers, real names, real people.
Mr. Christopher B. He's in the U.S.
The price to steal? $40. Remarkably easy, because we really are in Durham and not Europe. American credit cards are no more advanced than your collection of cassette tapes from the 1980s. They both use magnetic strips to store information. Criminals can easily make perfect copies. All they need are blank credit cards and a $25 contraption to transfer your name and your credit card number onto that magnetic strip. It's a clone just as precise as Dolly the sheep, and just as easy to make as your favorite mixtape.
When you go to these websites, it's almost like you're going to a regular e-commerce website. A lot of them even offer great customer service. And if for whatever reason it's invalid, these folks, they want return customers, I can come back and tell them within 3 days and they'll give me a new one.
Satisfaction guaranteed?
Exactly. Excellent customer service on the dark web.
If we really were in Europe, Ken tells me that this would be impossibly difficult. Their credit cards have computer chips embedded inside and passcodes. You can't just clone a stolen copy in your living room like you can here in the U.S. So, of course, the question is, well, why doesn't the U.S. switch over to this other kind of technology? Well, it's just very expensive. And because the credit card companies are eating the cost of all this fraud, there's not a big push by the merchants or the consumers for them to adopt this.
Fascinating stuff. All right, Dan, thank you. Stay with KATU and KATU.com for continuing coverage of the data breach at Target. Anytime we learn more information on the breach, we'll report it here, and we'll have updates on our webpage and on Facebook and Twitter.